Earlier you expressed a little concern to me that about elected officials and the positions they're taking with this electronic bingo matter.
Probably would be more that I am concerned the position they're not taking. I believe that we've been put in positions as community leaders, as a pastor or a doctor or a lawyer or a judge. We're put in positions to influence. God wants us to influence, and we have a responsibility to do that. And one of the things that I think I see, I could be wrong, that I see a lot of men that I thought would have stood up and spoke a clear voice one way or the other that have gone on the ground. Now, that bothers me a little bit, because in my study of the gambling industry, this is what always happens. Some people, I don't know if you call it bought off, bribed, or bullied. I'm not interested in any of those. And I think many of our officials have taken a wait and see. They've just been sort of cool. We're not hearing from them. And, you know, if there was an old boy down there making liquor, and he had a still down in the woods, and he employed 50 people, they'd be ready to go down and arrest him, say, that's wrong, they'll tear up the still. And my opinion is, we've been allowing an illegal gambling situation to go on in our county, and some of our officials have been very quiet. In fact, almost like they're standing in opposition to anybody doing anything. So I believe we need to stand up and be counted. And I'm sad to say that I even see this coming into churches. There's pastors that are afraid to express their opinion like I do, and others, because they're members of that church, will apply pressure to them. And once we curb our message or our responsibility because we are afraid, we've sold our influence. And I don't believe we ought to do that. I believe we need men to be men and ladies to be ladies and send a clear signal. And this has concerned me, that there's so much silence on this issue by people ought to be carrying a flag. If it's wrong, it's wrong. And if it's right, it's right. We need to settle this issue, and we need our professionals out front to settle this. They don't need to hide somewhere. It's easy to kill a little snake. It's difficult to kill a big one. We got a big one, and we need to deal with it in an upright way. And we need to stand for what's right. We need to stand for what's wrong. And I just want to say to all of our officials, you have a responsibility. You're elected, and don't try to dodge it. Don't try to take the backroom approach. Come out and let's stand clear.
Exactly what officials are you referring to?
Oh, I won't put no names there.
Why?
Well, I just feel like I got my opinion. I'm just saying all of us that are elected, we're called to do that.
Well, some of them have put their name with
I know
it, so
that.
who are
I know
the
that.
ones you're saying that won't?
Just let that stay right there.
How do you feel about all the people that have been put out of work at Country Crossing?
Oh, my heart bleeds for them. For 30 years, we help people at Mount Gilead, the needy, every week, and my heart bleeds for them. I have no joy in that. I want you to know that you won't hear me feeling good about that at all. But that doesn't justify it. That doesn't justify it. If that's an illegal operation, it should never have been.
Seeing that all the liquor is bought, or you had to buy all the liquor through the state, what are your concerns about that? I mean, you know, they're going after bingo, but how many people have been killed leaving a bingo roll as opposed to leaving drinking and driving?
You're talking to the right man on that. I grew up in the home of a severe alcoholic. I'm number 9 of 10. My dad was killed in an auto accident when I was 10. He was 47. Liquor is one of the most dangerous things in all the world, and has killed more than all the wars put together. And I don't have a soft spot in my heart for the liquor crowd either.
So you think we're fighting the wrong battle?
No, we need to fight all of them. I don't pick them.
Is there something you would want to say to the officials who you say are kind of ducking this issue?
I would just say send a sound signal. Speak up. We have a responsibility to those that put their confidence. I have a responsibility as a pastor. Every person in this town has a responsibility to their office, and I'm not talking about going over the board either way. I'm just talking about being very clear. I hear a strong silence from some people, and I hope that'll turn around.
You said some pastors won't speak up. Do you think this is going to bust up and divide some churches?
Well, it is. It's this controversial thing. And we're not fighting on the outside. We're standing on, it's even in the inside. I'll guarantee you that a pastor that stands in the pulpit and stands against this kind of drinking and gambling and all that goes on with it, there are going to be people that's not going to like that. Christianity is not something that is always unifying. It's sometimes very divisive. Jesus was very divisive. People think, well, he was a great peacemaker. You just don't know the Bible. Truth divides.
Do you think this has divided our community?
Somewhat, but we can stand it. If unity at too high a price is too costly. You don't want to pay too much to have unity. You don't want to compromise too much to have unity. You need, sometime, one man said you can not only tell a man by his friends, you can tell him by his enemies.
Huh?
Yes, it'll divide. And sadly to say, we're sad, but it's got to be.